Hello and welcome to Planet Country with Big Stu and MJ. Here's a moment you may have missed from the last show.
And just another quick shout out. We had Chris and Sinner tuning in before, but when I did the shout out, they lost their internet connection. I just said to them, "Did you hear that?" And they're like, "No, what? We dropped our internet." So thanks, guys, for listening in, and don't forget to tune in next week. And what we just had was Andrea does the interview, and so thanks to Andrea for calling in to do the interview. And
hey, did you catch what she revealed?
A band called Hanson.
Yeah, Hanson. They were three brothers who had the biggest song in the universe in 1997.
I was only 2 years old.
With Bob. Now, the reason she didn't want to reveal that her and her sisters liked Hanson, and as she announced, still listened to them, was that they were sort of much maligned. They were young kids, essentially, who had a catchy song that, in the end, look, everyone got sick of it because it was overexposed. So even though they were incredibly talented, they suffered from the popularity that they achieved. Now, Andrea might not be happy with us.
Were they like One Direction?
Yeah, they were more talented. Now, she may not be happy because we teased the revelation last week and promoted it leading up to tonight's show. So I thought it only fair that I too reveal an interest in a brother band from the 90s that were also much maligned.
That's fair. Yeah.
I admit I had a thing for Nelson.
Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson. They were two brothers with impossibly long blonde rock star hair, and they played hard rock.
Rock like this?
Yeah, that's it. That's Nelson. This was their breakout hit.
This is the problem with record shelves. You go through and you see what people like to listen to.
I Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection, released in 1990. That's them. How cool is this? Ready, big finish. Yeah, that's them. That's Nelson. Now, much like Hanson, they were maligned because they were pretty boys, seemed to be trading on their, well, in the case of Nelson, on their dad's success.
Just like us.
That's right. You see, they were twins. They were the twin sons of Ricky Nelson, who had a hit music career, and he was also an actor. So they weren't taken seriously, but they're actually in the Guinness Book of Records because they were the first triple-generation family to have #1 hit records, beginning with their grandparents. Going back here, the oldies will know, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson.
That's fascinating. No one wanted to do something different?
Yeah, but ultimately, fascinating but ultimately boring for a country music show. I just thought Dozzie should know that we all have our brother band stories.
And I can't believe I'm going to ask, but whatever happened to Hanson and Nelson?
Well, funny you should ask. They're still around. They both continue to release albums independently and tour. Nelson, in fact, released a country album in 1998 called Brother Harmony. I'm trying to track that down, by the way. They look very different now. In fact, in an act of self-indulgence, why don't we post some images of both Hanson and Nelson on our social media pages, MJ? Maybe, then and now, so listeners can get a handle on who we're talking about.
All right, I'll get on top of that. And now we're almost out of time here on Planet Country tonight. And but make sure you listen in to our show next week because we have one of the biggest bands in Australian new country rock interviewed on the show.
Yeah, can't wait for this. We've got McAllister Kemp, who are co-headlining the Sydney Country Music Festival, and they're going to talk to us about their new single, so make sure you listen in next week.
And don't forget the Planet Country, Country Music Festival, tickets are on sale now.
And here's Harder to Tame to take us out. See you next week.
Get me up Sunday morning, she ain't got a prayer. I never feel like going, somehow she gets me there. My boots are kinda dusty, my shirt's all untucked, and that's about as much as she can ever clean me up. Lucky for me,